2, 1. All right, now make sure that is in the middle. Make sure your notes are open. All right, so today we're on to lesson 90. Today's assignment will be your last assignment from this math book. Tomorrow you'll have a practice test. Thursday you'll have a test. Friday I'm not quite deciding what we're going to be doing on Friday yet. Then I got this thing that we're going to be working on the Chromebooks the last 2 weeks. But if you get everything goes well, you should have no homework because we should be getting it done in class. But as if for your math book, you'll be done with it after today. Make sure that you keep it nice and clean so you can return it at the end of the year and finish any missing. Or if you want to redo any of your homework, you use it for that. All right, so today, yep, like I said, it'll be the last one. You have a test Thursday. You get to use your notes on the test. So make sure that you get those filled out. When the test is over, I'll collect your test, and then I'll have you put your notebook in the back. Ish. So make sure your notes are ready to go because we're talking about measuring turns. So you gotta turn, everyone turn. Devin, 5 payments. Thank you for being one of the only fun people on here. Mary, you weren't fast enough. So today is the I can't see it. I can identify the measure of a turn. Say that with me. I can identify the measure of the turn. You. Okay. All right. You and also for your exit ticket, you have to today. You're gonna have to do all 3-4 questions because they're all asking different things. So make sure that you're paying really close attention. All right. Example 1. This is also, I'm gonna have what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you open up your math books as well. Who's got page number 2 lesson 90? Landon? 466? Awesome. Please open up to page 466. Oh, London, you already got 5 payments today. Good job. And 0 deductions. So make sure you have your math book open. I want you first of all is copy down example 1's question. It's going to be a lot easier if you can look in your book. So please, I'll give you about 30 seconds to copy it down. Where's your math book? Why is your math bank on the back? You are not ready for class. I need you to go to the back. You're going to give me 50 cents to help your mind refocus on class because your math bank's not ready to go. Your math book's not out. Go get that done. Keith, where's your math book? With Camonte? Yeah. That's what it has? All right, so that's going to be a deduction for not being ready for class. But you have your backpack. Where is your backpack? Everything's with Camonte? All right. Well, Jordan, can you put yours in the middle so you can copy off yours? 50. Grab the clipboard and grab a sentence. All right. Copy it down. The twins. Thank you so much for doing that quietly while I was talking about that. That'll be a payment. Mariah, thank you for doing that quietly while I was talking. William, thank you so much for doing that one part. Yeah, but yeah, copy the bottom problem. I know it's a bit, but you only have 3 examples today. And I just can't figure out how I'm going to have you guys recognize it if you guys are not, if you don't have the problem in your notes. So that's kind of where we're at today. Demario, thank you for doing that quickly. Where's your math? All right. It's going to be the introduction. Finish up as far as you can at 10. 9. Thank you so much. All right, gotta start talking about it now. So if you don't finish copying down the word problem, please make sure you finish it in study hall. Okay? It says Layla was traveling north. So quick, in your notes underneath the problem or next to it, draw a compass. This is north, east, west, and south. All right, so Layla was traveling north, so going north. At the light, she turned 90 degrees to the left. Okay. Oh, no, I hit the wall. And traveled 1 block to the next intersection. At the intersection, she turned not to 90 degrees to the left. Again. What direction is she traveling? Huh. Huh. What in the world does it mean by that? Well, what it means, boys and girls, for instance, if we're going off the compass, that means we're going north up. We're going straight up. So Layla is just walking straight. She's just walking like you do every single day. Make sure you get this in your notes. So she's going north. Then she decides to take a 90-degree turn, which I'm to the left. So left. So she's going this way now. I'm going to represent that with these dashed lines, and then a line like that. I think, if I remember right, that's how you do it. Something like that. That means 90 degrees. It looks a lot better in your book. Now she's going west. But then she turns another 90 degrees. Now she's going which direction? According to her compass. Is she going north, east, west, south? Jonathan? She's going south. Well, that's pretty much what you're doing today. Now, here's a question for you. How many total degrees did she turn? How in the world would you figure that out? Destiny? Destiny says 180 degrees that she turned. Is she crazy? How did she get to 180? I like how Reese said, yes, she's crazy. Reese.
It's correct.
What?
It's correct.
Perfect. All Destiny did, and Reese said, is that you just have to add 90 and 90 together because that's how many degrees she turned. Now, what is the magical number? Was it from last week Friday? No, it was like Thursday or Wednesday. What is that magical number when we talk about degrees and circles? Like when we talk about degrees, what's the total amount of degrees you can have in a circle? Kingston? Not a billion.
Value.
Not value. Reese?
180.
Not 180. Double that. Kamari? 360. So again, the magic number today is 360. 360 is the magic number because that's what we're basing out of everything. And the way you can also find how many turns that she made or what the degree is, you just took the number of turns and divide 360 by it. So there's multiple ways you could have got to 180. Isn't that cool? You can either add 90s or divide 360 by 2 because she turned twice. Reese, what's your question? Which part? How did I get south? Okay, everyone stand up. All right, right now. So we got north, east, west, south. Everyone face north. Turn 90 degrees to your left. What direction are you facing, class? West. No, that's 45, but 90 is that. Now, turn to your left one more time, 90 degrees. What direction are you facing now?
South.
So now you may have a seat. So Reese, that's why. Because when you have turns, so let's go through this. 360, if I tell you to do a 360, you turn all the way around. If I tell you to do 180, you face backwards. If I tell you to do 90, you just turn left. If it was like Marquise, he was trying to be a goofball, but he did point out something. If you looked at the corner, that's about 45 degrees. All right, but we're working with 360, 180, and the 90 degrees. London.
Another reason to find 180, because you just multiply 90 times 2 to get.
Yes, so there's three ways. You could add the degrees, you could divide the total 360 by the number of turns, or you could multiply 90 by the number of turns. So she turned twice. Isn't that's really cool that you can have multiple ways to find the answer. All right, example 2. I don't like you guys writing so much, but like you kind of have to understand what it's asking. I know. I'm sorry that we have to bring English into math class, but please, I'll give you 30 seconds, copy down the problem. I just have no other way for you guys to know what example 2 is talking about, unless you copy it down. So please, right now, take the 30 seconds of quietness to copy down the problem from your book or on the screen. Again, I know it's 6 that you have to write, but all right. Pause where you're at. Please make sure you finish this and study. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. There's just no other way for me to make sure that you should know what we're talking about unless you got it right down. But London. Okay. It says Andy and Barney, were both facing north. Andy made a quarter turn 90 degrees clockwise to face east, while Bernie turned counterclockwise until he faced east. How many degrees did Barney turn? So let's get this straight. So first of all, Andy, blue X. Do not stand off the blue X, be on the blue X. Andy is facing east. He had to turn 90 degrees. Barney faced north as well, but he wants to face east. But he decides to go the long way. He first has to hit west, then he has to hit south, and then he'll hit east. So how many turns does he have to make to get 90 degrees? Or how many times does he have to turn to get to east? 4 out of what, 25 of you guys? Wait. And level 0, stay on your feet. Try it out. Face north. Go with me. Track, count out loud. Ready? The number of times to turn. We're facing north. We want to get to east, but we have to go west. So first, turn left. That's 1. Oop, then you're gonna say how many turns?
1.
Next. 2. 1 more. 3. All right, there you go. Have a seat. Now with a strong set of hand, how many times do we have to turn? Jordan? We had to turn 3 times. So last time, Destiny gave us one way we could find the answer fast, divided by 360. Last time, London said we could take 90 and multiply it by the number of turns and get the answer. Or we could add 90 plus 90 plus 90. What do you want to do? Divide, multiply, or add? Let's go with Kingston, because your hand is nice and quiet. Add? Okay, so we turned 3 times. So we're going to have to take 90, 90, and 90 and add them together. All right, so first of all, class, 0 plus 0 plus 0?
0.
Perfect. Class, first of all, 9 plus 9 is?
18.
Oop, that's a weird 8. Okay. 18 plus 9, class?
27.
So, with a strong silent hand, how many total degrees did he turn, Reese? Make sure, boys and girls, you have that symbol for degrees, or you write the word degrees. If you leave it blank and there's no label behind it, it is wrong. Okay. Marquise, that's going to be a deduction for disrespect. You don't do that. You don't mimic me like that in disrespect. Oh, and we're making great time. Any questions how we found that? Kingston.
What is the 270 degrees counterclockwise?
Oh, because he turned counterclockwise. I would say, for me personally, as long as you have degrees in there, it's okay. You don't have to include the counterclockwise part, as long as you have degrees. Reese.
I have a question. Why do we have to, why do we have to count the one?
Why do you have to count the ones you turn to? Oh, well, because clockwise, so his friend turned to the east clockwise. That means he's going to the right. Counterclockwise means you're going to the left. Yeah. Because you had to turn 3 times. So like we did when we stood up, you facing this way, you turn 1, 2. You don't stop at 2 because if you stopped at 2, you're still facing south. So you have to turn that 3rd time to face east. So that counts. Devin, I need to talk introduction. Make sure you keep your voice in your head. All right, 270, and then they did multiplication and or division. Isn't that cool? All right, last one. This one you don't have to copy down word for word because, oh, you guys already started? Go ahead. Never mind then. You guys can copy down. But they were just so happy to do it. I'll give you 30 seconds. You guys are making a really good time. I really do appreciate it. If you guys keep this up, I'll give you get all your ALS points. 30 seconds, sharpen it in 20. While people are writing stuff down. All right, let's get going. If you didn't finish, please finish up in study hall. All right, it says, I don't want to read it. Who wants to read for me? Go ahead, London.
As Elizabeth ran each lap around the park, she made 6 turns to the left and no turns to the right. What was the average number of degrees of each turn?
All right, so far we've talked about adding, multiplying from London, and then Destiny was talking about division. Which one of those 3 should you use right now? Because it like saves you about like an hour of time. Would you choose, let's go Kingston for addition. Would you choose London for multiplication? Or would you choose Destiny for division? Go stand by the person. Go stand by the person. Do you stand by Kingston for adding, London for multiplying, or Destiny for dividing? Alrighty. If you chose Kingston, you're wrong. You should have chose Destiny. Alright, so by that means, what is that magical number that we're basing everything off of? Destiny, because you're the focal point. 360. So we're going to take 360. In order to solve this, you're going to divide it by number of turns. So we got 360 divided by the number of turns. In that statement that London Hall has read for us, how many turns does Elizabeth take? Mari?
6.
All right, so then that means you're going to take 360 divided by 6. What's the average degree is for each of those turns? McKenna? Did you say 60? Perfect, honey. 60 degrees for each of those turns. And we're still making good time. Good job. Any questions? Kingston?
Why'd you add a degree to 360?
Why wouldn't you?
I'm getting at the degree.
Why wouldn't you add degrees? Well, because if you did that, I wonder. I'm just going to use my calculator. Let's go 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus. Nope, doesn't get you. You have to divide because remember, out of everything that I have, out of all of these shapes, out of all the stuff, it's based out of 360. So when you have questions like example 3, which you'll have one on there, you divide 360 by the number because if you added 96 times, Kingston, you get way over 360. So you don't even know. So like in this one, you don't even know, man. You don't know anything, man. You don't know anything about those individual degrees. And you can't assume it's 90. You can't assume it's 45. You have to divide. So what Destiny said, in order to find the individual degrees for each term. Peace? All right, so like I said, today you're going to have to do all the questions because they all ask something different. So there's only 3? No, there's 4. But they're all based off of today. So if you are ready, please raise your pencil above your head. London? No, honey. Because I want you to get to work right away. Then you may begin once you get your exit. Like I said, you're gonna have to do all 4 questions because they all ask a different thing. If you need a compass, there's a compass up in the top part. You're not leaving until you